We are some of the most delusional, unstable, restarted people in the world. I swear, I talk a lot of shit about women, but I really do love being a woman. But you gotta admit, we are some of the most delusional, unstable, restarted people in the world. Just think about it. Women always talking about how they don't need a man. You're saying you don't need a man online, on the internet that a man created.
Where's the lie? Where is the lie? Men created social media. The very same thing that, gives women an advantage to sell a lot of things. And the reason why I use the word advantage is because I feel like, it's easier to sell when you're a woman, especially when you're in an area that you can have the biggest product sales. And I'm talking about the beauty space. Women are making a lot of money, and also, shopping, buying clothes. Men do not purchase clothing as much as women, and women are dominating in the shop space. And I'm talking about, Instagram shop and TikTok shop. We don't really talk about Instagram shop anymore ever since TikTok shop dropped. But we see women starting online boutiques and making a kill. But the fact that they don't need men, it's just ridiculous.
You're saying that you don't need a man. You're typing it in a phone that a man created the technology for and the hardware for. You are saying that you don't need a man while sitting in a house or a fucking apartment that was built by men.
Absolutely. And even though you got a small percentage of women in that area, and I'm talking about a small percent, we're probably talking about out of 100, we're talking about probably about 6% is actually, women. And women are usually doing the lighter part of the work when it comes to construction, developing properties, developing a home, developing an apartment that a lot of these same women live in. So I just don't get it. What's the outrage about? And I've been seeing a lot of copycats, saying the same thing. They'll copy it. Oh, we don't need men and this and that. I've actually seen a video. Let me share this with y'all. And I think it's funny. I find it real funny where I think one woman came out and said, we need to have a place where it's just only for women. I think it's an island or a different place. I don't know if it's whatever it is. They were saying we need to have a place where it's just only women allowed. I think it's an island, she said, a woman's only island. And then I started to see more women saying it's, I would go. And some street interviewers were asking some women randomly if they would actually, live on that island. And a lot of the women said, yeah, I would live on there. But then, the more it got out, the more other women begin to respond to it.
A society of nothing but women and there are no men in it will collapse faster than the Roman Empire because bitches will kill each other.
You are driving to your job in a car that was built, I'm pretty sure, by a man.
Pretty sure. Even though we're going into, fully automated companies that are building cars, let me tell you, 95% of the workers there are men. That's helping robots assembling, these vehicles. And before we got the robots that came in, AI and so forth, it was, fully men who were putting together these cars. So your parents, your grandparents, your great-grands, they were actually in cars that were built by men.
But you don't need men. Maybe I should speak in a language that you understand. Louis Vuitton, male. Gucci, male. Christian Louboutin, males. Y'all love them. They're all men. Make it make sense.
That's the end of the video. Hey, this is where we want to have these type of conversations without us tearing down anybody, because I've been seeing a lot of people tearing down other people. I just want to have meaningful conversations, where we can, get a better understanding of where we both stand, whether it's male, female, not just this, but other topics as well. So join me here on this channel by hitting the subscribe button. We need healthy conversations like these. Drop your comments down below. I will be reading and responding to your comments. Hit that like button, help this video get out into the recommendations so more people like you can see this video. And also, get a watch, get some value. Hey, see you in the next video. As usual, Sean here. I'm out. Peace.
Until women collectively get real and face their own shadows, I don't want to live in an all-women's world or any sort of matriarch, because we would literally destroy each other. And that's a harsh truth that a lot of women know is true, but don't want to admit about themselves. The thing is, this truth is often denied because women don't want to face the uncomfortable truths about themselves. This is something I had to go through to get to the point where I'm at in my life, which is why conversations like this don't trigger me, because I know that it's true. Because I dealt with my shadows. I can collectively exist with other women. It's just that sometimes they have a hard time existing with other women who have dealt with those things, who have elevated, because it serves as a trigger to what they have not dealt with within themselves. So without self-awareness and accountability, women cannot coexist with each other in a healthy way. And we all know that that's true.